Hey, government. This is Miss Corey. I am your teacher this semester. Some of you might have had me in the past before, probably for world history. Some of you are probably new to me. So, this course is also new to me. This is my first time teaching government. But I am keeping in line with the other two online government teachers, who are Mrs. Kaminsky and Mr. Hamilton. All right. So, here are the other three teachers. Again, you have me, Miss Corey. There's me, there's a picture of me. Woohoo. Other courses that I teach include online advisory for 12th graders online, history through film online, online trending topics, and online government. Fun time. So, a little bit about me. This is my fourth year teaching. It's my third year at ISD 728 online. Um, I have a Bachelor of Arts in History, specifically ancient history. I also have a Master's of Education in Secondary Social Studies. I also have a minor in Spanish Studies. Fun times. My hobbies include fishing, gardening, canning, kayaking, snow skiing, admiring pets, and golfing. I just started that this summer and I'm awful at it, but that's okay. My favorite subject in history for sure is ancient Egypt. Probably my least favorite subject in history is like the Middle Ages, but we're not here to talk too much about history, right? Because this is a government class. So, here are kind of the units for the course. There are 5 of them. So, Unit 1 is the foundations and civil rights and liberties. Unit 2 is American politics. Unit 3 is the executive branch and bureaucracy. Unit 4 is the legislative branch. And Unit 5 is the judicial branch. So, I know only 5 units doesn't seem that long, but they're always good. Government is always important to learn about. So, I'm hoping that you're enjoying this course and the content in it. So, first of all, let's go through some course lingo. Now, if you have had me before, you will know this course lingo very well. But if you're new to me, you'll get used to it pretty fast. So the other teachers don't do the or don't name their assignments quite the way that I do in order, but they are the same assignment. So if you have a friend that has Kaminsky or Hamilton, you're like, what assignment are you working on? They're the same assignments. I just name mine differently because I put in the unit and then the lesson. So when you see an assignment, you're going to see an assignment that looks like U number dash L number. And you're like, what the heck does that mean? So U stands for unit, L stands for lesson. So for example, so this is an example from world history, but if I said U1-L8, that means unit 1, lesson 8. Or U3-L2 means unit 3, lesson 2. So that's how I structure like my titles for my assignments and stuff like that. But again, I will be doing the exact same assignments as Hamilton and Kaminsky sections. Okay. All right. So let's talk about grading. So it's going to be a 70-30 split. 70% of your grade will be summative. That includes things like test projects and essays. 30% of your grade would be formative, which is daily work. Now, if you had me before, you know that I love ed puzzles. There's not as many ed puzzles for government, but there'll be a few. There's also formative work is typically between 5 to about 20-ish points. Summative work really varies. It's anywhere between 15 to 45 point range. I know that's a really big range, but some of the bigger units they're worth more points. And the most up-to-date grades that you're going to find are on Schoology. Now, I do update grades into campus at least once a week. But if you're like, oh my gosh, what did I get on this assignment? Check out Schoology. That's going to have the most up to date grades. Okay. And the point values will be the same between all 3 of the teachers, by the way, or at least we'll try our very, very best. All right, due days for assignments are due on Sundays at midnight, unless otherwise noted. So, if you're, for example, for like your intro unit, look down here, you'll see like due Sunday, September 8th, at midnight or whatever. Pretty much all your assignments will be due Sunday at midnight. There might be a few exceptions, but I will make sure to really point out if there are any exceptions to that. All right. So, attendance. This is the tricky one. So, if you are new to taking an online class, really pay attention to this, okay? So, attendance is based upon assignment completion. So, unlike like in-person classes, right, where the teacher comes in, I would take attendance and then we would start the day with a live class. That is not how we work it here on the online world. So everything is asynchronous, meaning we never have live meetings. So attendance is based upon assignment completion. Now, this is the tricky part. You must complete all assignments for the current week in order for me to mark you as present. You need to get done every single assignment that I assign you in that week by Sunday at midnight, unless otherwise noted, in order to be marked as present for attendance. Okay? So, for example, I know this is a world history example, but it's going to be the same structure, okay? Let's say we're doing this week, okay? So U0-L1, U0-L6, U0-L7, U0-L8, and U0-L9. You need to get all 5 of those assignments done by Sunday at midnight. If they are not complete by Sunday at midnight, when I take attendance on the next Monday, you will be counted as absent if you do not get all 5 of those assignments done, okay? So you need to make sure all of your assignments are done. I know, it's a lot. And if you've had an online class before and been marked absent, you know it's not fun and you know it's very strict. So just make sure that you keep up with your work. And if you do ever have a question like, oh my gosh, did I get everything done? And you kind of like start panicking and second guessing yourself, send me an email. I'll let you know. Okay? So, another good question. What happens if I'm sick or on vacation Tuesday through Friday? Great question. So let's say you were present in person on a Monday. Okay. Then Monday night you came down with the flu or something and you were sick for the rest of the week. So Tuesday through Friday. So what you need to do is you need to email me if you need extra time. You need to be like, hey, Miss Corey, I'm sick. Can I get like an extra day or something like that? All right. I will check then with your homeschool on your records to make sure you are actually called out sick. Once I verify that, then I will be like, typically I'm like, yeah, you can have an extra day or something. Um, but if you do not email me if you're sick or on vacation or something like that, I will mark you absent because even if you were there just on that Monday, but out the rest of the week, you still are obligated to complete all of your assignments for that week. So that's really, really important to communicate with me if you're sick or out for a chunk of the week, just so we can make up a plan of how to get you caught back up. Okay. So again, you need to email your teacher to let them know that you're going to be on vacation or you're going to be sick if you're out for an entire week. Your teacher will verify with your homeschool to verify your excuse if you really are sick or on vacation. And if you don't email us, we will not know that you're on vacation or you're sick. So the one thing that's not awesome about being on the online world is we don't get notifications of who is out sick or who is out on vacation. There's like a kind of a lack of communication with that. So you need to let me know. Okay? All right. So, what does happen if I mark you absent? Not pleasant things will happen to you. So, what happens with attendance is that we take attendance every Monday morning for the week prior. And let's say it's like President's Day or something, and you have Monday off. Then it'll be done on like a Tuesday, but that's not super often. So, what will happen when you get marked absent is you will get an email from me and it will go to you, your parents, your counselor, and your administration. Yeah, that's right. Your vice principal also gets that email. You will also be getting a call home if you have at least 2 absences in a row. So I get to talk to your parents. And then 3 absences may result in truancy, which means getting kicked out of the class. So again, this is a really strict attendance policy. Don't slip up. All right. So another thing students like to say is like, but I was so busy with real school that I forgot about your class. Well, there's a newsflash. This is real school. This class is just as important as any of your in-person classes, and you need this class to graduate. If you do not pass government, you do not graduate. All right. Another good question. When do I work? So many students struggle with this. So You're in an online class. That means you're an independent worker. There are no teachers to physically bug you to do your work, okay? I'm not there to, be like, "Put away your phone, do your work." I'm not there for that. You have to do that on your own. So all of you have at least one period blocked out for this class. So work during that period or find your own time. My suggestion to you would be to be consistent. So set aside daily time to do class work, put away your phone. So many students get distracted by TikTok when doing work, and this really leads to failing kids and also angry parents and guardians. So please just put away your phone. Also, time management. So typically, assignments are somewhere between 30 to 50 minutes. Um, that's mostly when I teach my history classes for government. I assume they will probably fall within that time category as well. And you have 52 minutes approximately in your class period. So you should be able to get all of your assignments done within that period that you have blocked off for government. All right, here's one of the things that I am mandated to tell you about. This is just our intervention of what happens when you're not doing your work. And then if you still aren't doing your work, even after I intervene, then that's where you will be moved to an in-person class. So students who are struggling with the learning model of online 728 will be moved to an in-person or blended opportunities as an intervention step to promote student success. Struggling is demonstrated by poor attendance or lack of engagement in online coursework. It is important to remember that online learning is an option for students and not suitable for all learners. Moving students to a learning model that provides more direct teacher instructions follows the MTSS guideline for intervention. All right, another good question. I need help. What do I do? I don't understand this assignment, or this link's not working, or something like that. Contact me. Please, 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 please contact me. The best way to contact me is going to be email. If you also want to make a meeting with me, that's cool too. I have a link on the first page about how to sign up for Google Meetings with me. You have to do it, I think, at least 20 hours in advance. But if you need something urgent, you can email me to see if you want to meet right away. And if I'm available, then I will. So late work. Okay, late formative work will not be graded after the due date. Due dates, again, are usually Sundays at midnight, unless otherwise noted. Okay. Okay. So what happens if I need extra time? Let's say, like, I don't know. I don't even know, like, a great excuse off the top of my head. But if you need extra time, please email me. And the sooner the better. Now, if you email me at like Sunday at 10 p.m., I'm probably not going to answer you. So if you need extra time, please email me earlier than that, okay? Email me like, I don't know, like Sunday before noon, okay? Then I will see it. And also, I might not grant you the extension, so you better have an explanation and a good reason to why you need extra time. So assignment completion, this is new. So if you're new to me, or if you've had me before for any of my other classes, I typically don't do this with my other classes because it makes me confused. But for government, I am following what the other two teachers are doing. So all units are set up in something called a completion folder, which means that you need to do the assignments in order. So if you don't do your assignments in order, well, then you won't have access. So let's say you did like lesson 1, but you want to skip lesson 2 and just go to lesson 3. You can't do that. You have to go in order of the lessons of how they're set up. Okay? All right, now let's talk about plagiarism and AI. Probably like my least favorite thing to ever talk about. All right, so here's the deal. AI is here to stay in our society. I am very biased about this. I think AI really takes away a lot of the skills that make you a better student, a learner, and a worker, but I also know I can't avoid it. So I am going to lay down some ground rules for plagiarism and AI, and this is across all my classes. It's not just you with government. So the only thing I will permit you to use AI in class is to proofread and spell check. So you cannot copy and paste anything from an AI site. So for example, if you're using ChatGPT and it tells you to reword a sentence, you cannot just copy and paste that sentence into your assignment. You must type it out on your own. Okay? You also cannot use AI to complete your assignments, summative or formative. Remember, the only thing that I'm letting you do is proofread and spell check. That's it. If you use AI for proofreading and spell checking, you must cite it as well, so I know that you used it. Now, here's a good question. How do you cite with AI? So this is still kind of a new thing in the world of citations. This is pretty much the best one I came up or got like found on some of the resources that the district gave us. Um, so what you need to do is you need to put in the prompt in parentheses of what you asked the AI website to do. So let's say I was checking like a paragraph for spelling mistakes. Okay. So I would put in whatever I ordered the AI website to do. Okay. And you put that in quotation marks, you put the period at the end, and then you put in whatever AI website that you used, comma, when the version of AI was last updated. Usually that has it on the bottom of the page. If you can't find it, you can let me know. I can help you out. Then you just type in version, comma, OpenAI, which is probably what you'd be using, and then the date you access the AI website. Okay. And then also enter or put in what website you used. Okay, but remember, you can only use that for spell checking and proofreading. Okay, can't use it for anything else, or else you get a 0, just FYI. So, for example, let's say that I was like doing this assignment and I wrote this answer right here in this box, and I wanted to check for spelling mistakes. So I would say, check this paragraph for spelling mistakes, is what I told the chat box. Then I put down what website I got it from, the day that the version was updated, the date I accessed it, and then the website. Okay. So if you give answers to questions that are not in the video or information of assignments, I will suspect you of using AI and you will get a 0 and a not fun email from me. Very not fun. If you plagiarize or use AI inappropriately, you will lose my trust fast. I will become a lot pickier in your assignments, which might lower your grade. So don't lose my trust, please. If plagiarism becomes a huge problem, I will use it, turn it in for all assignments. And then if you want to know more about the AI policy from the district, there's a link to it there. So if AI is used inappropriately, so for things other than proofreading and spell checking, then I will ban it for everyone. So use it wisely or else you will spoil it for everyone. And that's not a good trait to have as a peer. I will alert you of any AI usage changes to this course as well. So before I move on, what questions do you have about AI usage in this course? And if you don't have any, you can just type none. All right, let's do a quick quiz. What are the only 2 ways you can use AI in this course? Is it A, making outlines for essays and making MLA citations? B, making images to use for slides and using AI voices for presentations? Or C, proofreading and spell checking? That's right, it's C. Remember, the only thing you can use for this course would be proofreading and spell checking. All right, here's another question. If I do use AI for proofreading and spell checking, I can just copy and paste the new words into my assignment. Is that true or is it false? That's right, it's false. What you need to do, first of all, is you need to type it, type your new words, with your own hands, and then make sure you also cite it. All right, let's talk about some other tools used in this class. So Schoology annotation, that's one that I have used before. We might also use Cami. They're extremely similar, but that's really great for analyzing text and drawing. You will use one of them for an assignment, actually previous to this video, if I am correct. Also, Edpuzzles. Now, when I teach my other classes, I use Edpuzzles a lot more. For government, they won't be as much. So we'll get to them. I'll show you how to use Edpuzzle in just a little bit. Turnitin, that's always popular for written summatives and checking for plagiarism. Google Slides, of course, for research assignments or presentation, and of course Schoology, which is the home base for all the assignments. All right, so let's talk about some Edpuzzle tips. So when we do use Edpuzzles, make sure that you are in your ISD 728 account. Make sure your ad blocker is turned off. If you don't know how to do that, there's like a little hand up in the upper right-hand corner of your Chrome tab. Make sure you pause it on the site of Edpuzzle. Questions will pop up on the side of Edpuzzle video and pause the video for you to answer. If this does not occur, please make sure your ad blocker is turned off. For you to get any points with Edpuzzles, you must watch the Edpuzzle to the very, very end. Typically, there's like a little symbol at the end that says like you're done with like an emoji. Sometimes it's a little bit different than that, but it's pretty much the same thing every time. And of course, let me know if you have any questions with Edpuzzle. Okay, so hopefully Edpuzzle worked for you. If the video does not stop like a second ago, your Edpuzzle isn't working correctly, so make sure that you turn off your ad blocker. If the video just stopped for you and you had to answer the question, what is the best book you've ever read for a school assignment, then Edpuzzle is working for you. So when watching Edpuzzle videos, make sure you watch it all the way to the very, very end. If you don't, you won't get points for the video, and then that means you get a 0 on the assignment, and that means that I have to mark you absent as well. It's just a whole big thing. So make sure you watch it to the very, very end. So if you do an Edpuzzle and you look in the gradebook and you're like, oh my gosh, why is there a 0 in the gradebook? I answered all the questions. This is so weird. What the heck is going on? All right, first of all, do not panic. So what happens is a 0 means that you completed the Edpuzzle and now I just need to go in and grade it. Okay, so Edpuzzle automatically kicks in a 0 into the Schoology gradebook. It's very annoying. But pretty much what it means is I just haven't looked at your answers yet, and I need to do that, and then I will give you a score. So I individually grade all Edpuzzles and all of your answers, and you're like, really, you do? Yeah, seriously, I do. I look through every single one, and I read every single one, and I grade every single one. Now, if you do have a 0 on the Edpuzzle, give me at least 48 hours to give you a grade. If it's still at a 0 after 48 hours, email me. I might have missed it or something like that, and I will grade that right away. Also, this is an optional thing. I'll be doing weekly check-ins. I'm hoping every week. We'll see how that goes. This is optional, but a really helpful way to let me know how you're doing in the course and in school and in life. And if you do answer my weekly check-ins, I will respond to everybody. I know, I do that because I care about you. All right, so let's do a quick check. Answer in the Edpuzzle. What is the best way to contact your teacher? That's right. Best way is email. All right, here's another question. Answer in the Edpuzzle. What percentage of assignments do you need to do in order to be marked as present for attendance? Hopefully you said C, because it's 100%. All right, now let's do a tour of Schoology. Now, I'm still kind of making the Schoology page a little bit. So the first thing, once you get to Schoology, so let's see how my internet works. There we go. Perfect. What you're going to do is you're going to find our course. Now, for U.S. government, it is an eagle with an American flag because this is U.S. government. Okay, you're going to click on that icon. Here, you're going to see my contact information. Okay, here's my email address. Here's how you spell my name. I know it's spelled weird. If you want to sign up for a meeting with me, you're going to say click here. You can do a meeting. And let's see, on the rare exception that I give for a late assignment, email me right away letting me know. And of course, if you have any questions, please email me as well. There's some parent guardian resources. Here's some a resource folder for you. And then here is going to be the first folder that you guys have done this past week. And then once Sunday rolls around, I'll publish the Unit 1 folder. Now, I have not put this in here yet, but I'll also put in a slideshow that changes every week. On that slideshow will be directions of what you need to do for the week and all the assignments that you need to get done. All right, let's go back. Okay, so let's wrap this up. If you do not think you can meet all the time and assignment requirements for this class, do contact your counselor right now to change classes if you do not think you are able to do this class or be successful with this class, okay? So, what questions do you have for me? And if you don't have any, you can just type none. All right, so just FYI, this is my first time teaching government. Please be patient with me. If something is not working or confusing or whatever, please, please, please let me know. Seriously, sometimes I miss things, and you are the people who like help me fix it. So please be patient with me and please let me know if you have any questions. All right, so next up, you're going to do the orientation quiz. Um, and then next week, we're going to start Unit 1 already. Pretty cool. All right. Again, if you have questions, please email to ask me. And I hope you enjoy government this year. Bye.